Hey, here's me and my kids.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's also, you don't sound like that. Would you want to do a show on Father's Day? I feel like that's a day off.
So actually, I did do a show on Father's Day. I'm lying. Last year I was. That's when the American Black Film Festival was last year.
Oh.
I didn't perform on the actual Sunday, but that weekend. So technically, I've never performed on Father's Day. I wouldn't. Okay, I don't want to, because unless it was like a big bag involved. But yeah, I like being with my kids on Father's Day.
Huh.
But the fact that no one thinks about me as a comedian with kids, sometimes I'm kind of like.
They think you comic father second.
Well, it's exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
Exactly the opposite. Are we recording right now?
That's I have headphones on.
Good.
And there's a microphone in front of me, so I hope so.
Because I have something to say.
Uh-oh. Property Ebonics.
Before I say, I want to introduce everyone to Proper Ebonics.
Boom, 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 boom.
This is the first podcast that we've done since the pandemic started that has been in person
It's nuts.
and not on Zoom.
Yeah, we're in the den right now.
We're in here, yo.
Yeah.
We're actually in the building for real.
Yeah, there's like, I don't see the record button in front of me. I'm not in my apartment right now. I could see you in person. This is very like 4-dimensional.
I know I gotta pay attention. I can't like scroll on my phone sneakily.
You're not sneakily. I could see when you're scrolling on your phone.
You can see that?
Yeah, I could see when you're scrolling on your phones. I'm like, all right, I guess I got to repeat this sentence because he's scrolling on his phone. I guess what I'm saying is not that important right now. Feeling a certain way about my self-esteem.
You should have told me. I never knew you knew that I was doing that.
You're on camera. You're on camera. What else can you be doing this motion towards?
But I'm like looking up and down, like, and my eyes are going up and down. You can't really see.
No, man, it's not the same as texting and driving. Trust me, it's noticed. But we're glad to be here,
Yes.
live in the flesh, on a Monday. It feels like a Monday. I think it's a Monday. For last week, I haven't known what day it is because we're kind of in that dead week between Christmas and New Year's. By the way, Happy New Year, player.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah,
Happy New Year, Kirk. I'm not gonna lie. This may be the best week of the year.
Best week of the year.
Think about it. Like, what 10-day period everyone has nothing to do except enjoy company of their loved ones and like be off of work. Give me another 10-day period.
Another 10-day period, and 10 days leading up to or after my birthday, I usually feel pretty nice around that.
It's very selfish, but okay.
Usually the beginning of December, I feel pretty good for the anticipation of the holidays. Yeah. Usually there's a lot of sometimes maybe stress that comes around Christmas time and afterwards, my work schedule and all that stuff. But I see your logic.
Yeah, it's see the stress of your work schedule. The week I'm talking about, there ain't no work schedule.
I had to deal with the work schedule, play.
You had to you had to work.
Yeah, I had to work.
I'm sorry, Kirk.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry too.
You should just quit. Should just quit just for that week.
Just come back. Hey guys, I thought about it after the holidays, spent time with my family. I decided to come back. Please take me back.
Yes, that's what's important. Spend time with family, and that's where I had stopped off at. Comedians with kids, man.
Huh.
I'm a comedian with kids, and I take care of my kids, right? And I think everyone knows that. It's very. This is why I want to talk about this because I had a couple things happen recently where I was like, really? You ever had those like? So what happened? I was talking to another comedian, you know what I mean, and he's talking. He's like, I know you with your kids a lot of time. And I was telling him like, yeah, I'm with my kids half the time. That takes away half of my time to do comedy. He was like, yeah, that's why I don't see my kids. I was like, I'm like, no, that's not.
Maybe the kids need to step up their joke game. Do you think that's a part of it? It's like comedy's life, and these kids aren't being very funny. And it's like, all right, well, how are they going to interact with their very hilarious father?
I didn't say he was that funny either.
Damn.
So I'm just saying, it was wild to me though. Like he knew it. It wasn't like, man, I don't know what's going on. I ain't seen my kids. No, he just like, yo, nah. I'm up here chasing this dream.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Do we feel like, because it's that sacrifice I feel like a lot of people make. Like it's in comedy world in a sense, because we see this like, oh, we're going to open mics and all that. But if we look at the other way around, like UFC fighters are like soccer players. They're spending so much time away from their kids and all that. And they ultimately are sacrificing time away from their family for the goal. Is this person essentially just the next soccer player? Are they trying to get the World Cup?
Next Pele. Rest in peace.
Yeah, shout out to Pele.
I don't know. I think they are. I'm not willing to sacrifice that time. it's going. I tell my kids it's going to take me a little longer because I'm not willing to sacrifice that. Like I think about that all the time. Like I see like rappers traveling the world. I always wonder, like, I know they got kids. Are the kids with them, or they just like see them in 3 months? Like,
yeah, you don't really see Fat Joe with a son around him. I don't even know if Fat Joe has a daughter.
Honestly, I guarantee I don't follow Fat Joe online. Shout out to Fat Joe, but I'm pretty sure he puts up like videos of his kids on his stories. He seems like one of those old heads that shows his family and his wife and his kids. I'm pretty sure.
And always shout out to Fat Joe and the BX City and all that stuff. I feel bad using that as an example, but it comes to that of like thinking like, we don't really see many established people with their kids on the way up, sort of thing. So maybe this person's on something. Maybe you gotta abandon your kids, not you necessarily.
But then also, I'll never do that. But also, I also don't show my kids online, so people could think that I have abandoned. They probably think I did abandon my kids.
This guy's really chasing dreams right now. He's got these videos all over the place. No kids though.
No. So but no. And I had another guy say to me too. This is months ago. He said to me, he was like, I talked to my son today or something like that. He was like, I miss him. I'll see him on his birthday. And I was like, when is his birthday? Like next week? He was just like, no, in like February. I'm like, what? Bro, you talking about months?
Yeah.
You miss him? Because you chasing, I get it, chase your dream, but there's also a way to do it where your kids don't feel like the dream is more important than them.
Yeah, you're saying you got to prioritize these children.
You have to.
What?
I listen, honestly, the jokes I get from my kids is worth it alone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a set. But I have kids.
I have. I never use the bits about my kids. I try not to.
So you don't do abortion jokes?
First, you're gonna drop your phone, then drop a heavy word like that. Our first episode back, it's our big break. Pat, edit that out. Edit that out.
New year, no edits.
That's not what we're doing.
New year, no edits.
No, new year, old me. That's what we're saying. That's what we're going with. Man, first off, with this New Year and all that stuff, did you make any of those resolutions?
Yeah, man. I feel like I'm not one of those people that's against resolutions. I feel like I always yes.
You feel, is it like a wish where it's like if you say it out loud, it doesn't come true?
I'm not really big. Like I make goals.
Yeah.
Like resolution where it's like I gotta change just about myself. I just rather have it as a goal with like an action plan of how to reach the goal. So I made New Year's goals. I don't know. I think resolution just makes it sound like I don't know. It's just a word that people. I just like the goals. I write my goals. I do this all the time though. So it's like, okay, this is just the day that I write some new goals and focus more. I don't know, but
you don't feel a rejuvenation with a new year? Like it's like, oh man, new palette.
Yeah, for sure, I do. I feel like it's a clean slate, and I can like, get back to work, and all that. But I just feel like goals is what I don't know. What about you? Do you make like resolutions? Like I'm dropping 25 pounds.
Yeah. First off, one of my new resolutions is wear all solid colors, and you already know how that's going right now. Come on.
You're doing it. And I said, we love it gangbanging, bro. We Bloods and Crips over here right now.
Yeah, we didn't even plan that. That's just part of the resolution right there. I know they can't see it on camera, but you already know what's happening with the socks right now. You already know what's happening.
Kirk has on red sweatshirt, says Exotics on it. CDE Exotics.
Yeah, shout out to CDE
matching.
Exotics.
Nope, not matching, but they're also red sweatpants. They're Nike. And he's also wearing red dry fit Nike socks. This man is like YG on the East Coast right now.
It's getting kind of brazy. It's just Bruce Pat just took a photo of my feet. That's kind of wild. Yeah, man, it's just solid colors and all that stuff. I'm feeling good about it. I got the pants as a Christmas gift. Got the socks as a gift for myself while I was shopping for other people. I probably should have shopped for them, but I got these socks instead. And this CD Exotics at a Reptile Expo that I go to whenever I'm up in Wilkes-Barre. And as I was getting dressed today, I was like, hold on 1 second. This could look very nice, and I gotta say, I feel good about it.
I don't know, it looks nice. I like the bold colors. So your resolution is bold, solid colors.
Yeah, I want to rep my set for 2023. That's what I want to do.
Just to make it clear for our West Coast listeners, he's not really a Blood.
No comment.
I am in no way affiliated with any gangs.
Also, who said Bloods are a gang? Let's go. You kind of dress snitching right now, player.
They will tell you that they're a gang.
Talking about my people like that, man.
They will tell you.
Yeah, New Year's resolution wise, dress fly, get a new mattress. That'd be nice. That'd be kind of cool. What's been my New Year's resolution / goal for the last probably going on 3.5 years right now is to get a corn snake, and I'm hoping 2023 we see the makings of Alyosha Fechukovich Griffiths, my corn snake.
Alyosha. What does that mean? Does that mean something else? Is that somebody else's name, like an author or something?
Play, that has a very good meaning, and I don't want to like dive in too much unless you want me to dive into it, because I will dive into it.
You can't drop the word Alyosha on the podcast and not dive into it.
All right, let me dive into it real quick. No, Alyosha, he's like the lead character from the Brothers Karamazov from Dostoevsky. My favorite book. It. Yeah.
I thought I said it was like an author or something.
You're onto something, yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I think that's a type of spaghetti right there.
I did make spaghetti too. I forgot to tell you guys if you guys want spaghetti.
You did mention spaghetti.
Yeah. I did make spaghetti because like if I didn't make it today, I'm gonna be gone for a few days, so the meat can go bad. So let me just chop this up real quick. I'm saying like.
I was expecting a bowl of spaghetti when I came in. I was like, perfect. I'm only eating red stuff right now. So this is absolutely wonderful. But I didn't get any spaghetti. I didn't want to bring it up.
Just spaghetti and periods is all Kirk is eating.
What?
No, too far? You said red things. You said red things.
That's wild, man.
I'm sorry.
You drink it. No, never been a big fan of that. I don't. Your boy doesn't get too dirty out here. Your boy's a nice little clean boy. All that stuff.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's the quiet ones you got to watch. You ever heard that?
Yeah.
Those are the ones you got. Those are the ones that are dirty.
The ones that are handing in their assignments on time, and if you got to check the credit score. If someone's credit score is above 700, they may be up to some devious behavior.
I'll also say that the least attractive you are, the higher your credit score is.
Damn. I don't know how to take
How do you feel about that?
I gotta throw that in there.
Because you said credit score, and I was thinking about it the other day. I'm sorry.
You saying sexy people have low credit scores?
My New Year's resolution is to stop doing jokes like that. Like I just, they have no basis. It's just me. They mean nothing.
That's wild. So yeah, I won't whip out my credit score. Actually, I probably should. I don't know. I haven't checked my credit score in probably like 3 months. They say you're supposed to check it like every month because it's like there may be discrepancies on there.
Now, when it's bad, you never check it.
No, wait, what do you mean?
Like people that are like can't afford to get their credit fixed or can't afford to pay the bills. You hear like they don't check the mail. You would not check your mail because you can't afford to.
Right.
But like, why would I check my credit score? Like if the people that like can't afford to get it fixed, like. What's the point?
Yeah. No, I get that.
Like, let me check my bank account, even though I know it's on zero. Like, it's not going to magically change.
And I'm not trying to brag, but your boy putting numbers on the board. So, like, I feel like I probably should check the credit score sort of thing. Last time I checked it, I was speaking with, like, I don't even know what it was. It was, like, a realtor at the time. I'm not a homeowner, but I was talking to one. And they're, like, they gave me the number. I was like, what? Like, I didn't know it was that high sort of thing. And apparently, shout out to my buddy Ray, it's like a lot of times they'll like do miscalculations. Like they'll like say that you owe a bill or like say that you owe a ticket when that's not actually the case. Or in my case, my dad has identical name as me. And there's been times where bill collectors have called me of like, hey, you owe like a dentist in the Bronx. And I'm like, I definitely don't owe a dentist in the Bronx. Is there a junior at the end of that? And they're like, no. And it's like, so it's a whole thing. So I should probably check it. My dad may be wrecking my credit score right now.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing to my dad too, because I'm a junior.
Yeah.
So it's like they call me. They be like, "Is this yours?" I'm like, "No," but they call him for me. They're like, "Yo, your credit score has dropped 200 points." And he called me like, "What is going on?" Shit like that. But I feel that though. You know what I mean? But there was something I was going to say.
Was about getting that money? Was about
no, it was
credit score?
No, I forget. I lost my train of thought.
Was about opportunities in this world, bettering themselves.
No, it was something about credit. It was something about credit. So you talking about that they had like things on your credit that's wrong,
right? So
I had something on my credit one time where I was living with 2 other people. One of the people that I was living with, they went to jail.
Damn.
So then one person, they moved out. So I was just in the crib that we all had our names on. So, but I couldn't afford to pay the bills. So they put the whole credit, the whole thing on my name. I was the last one standing in the crib. So they put it all on my name. So I had to like call them like, yo, bro, I'm only responsible for a third of this. Like, it's 3 names on here. You give me a third, I pay my third. So as they ended up doing it, they took the other people's stuff off my joint. So my credit got fixed even before I paid my third. You know what I mean? So it was like, you got to check with that credit, man.
You know, it's one of the keys to raising credit, since we're a financial podcast now, is that you got to get a loan. You got to get a loan and like just make the minimum payments for a loan. As long as you have like a loan and like you're making payments to the loan, that's how you raise the credit, because it shows like, oh, I got a loan, or it was able to, someone gave me credit and I paid it back, or I'm in the process of paying it back, and that raises it. In fact, if you pay off a loan, that's when your credit score will sometimes take a drop.
Right, because you have less money you owe.
Yeah, which is kind of a wild system.
It's a wild system. They want you to owe money. That's why what I do with the system is I take that loan out and I don't care about my credit.
Yeah. And
I just never pay it back. I just put it on my credit again.
Yeah. Truthfully, that's maybe not a bad move. That may not be a bad move.
I'm so serious. I took out $5,000 years ago. I haven't paid any of it back.
Nice.
They was like, we're going to put on your credit. Go ahead, bro. That's why I need the loan.
That's why it works. System. I like that.
I mean, it's going to fall off eventually.
Man, as much as I like to be braggadocious about my credit scores and all that stuff, man. Like I have like student loans and all that stuff, and that's my financial kryptonite. Oh my goodness! If you want to get me feeling sour, mention student loans, and that's when you want to see a sad Kirk. If you want this shirt to turn blue, it's just gradients go blue. Mention student loans, and that's how you'll see it. But no one's mentioned it today, though.
Didn't y'all get the loan forgiveness, or they pushed that back again?
They pushed I guess they pushed to the Supreme Court, and then like it's a matter of like, we all got the email. Like I got an email being like, "Yo, you got approved for it, but we got to see what the Supreme Court says." So we shall see.
I hate this country. That's why I say I'm looking at the topics. That's why I say that the whole America's the greatest country in the world thing. It only works for people that have never traveled outside the country. As soon as you go outside this place, you be like, America's terrible. Right. There's things, there's freedoms and all that. Yes, blah, 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 blah. But like, say you live in like the Bahamas. You like live on the beach. You won't tell me America's better than that? Well, if you have everything you need, right?
And that's like a really good example. That's like saying like, yeah, you're like in paradise. How
like? But this is the thing. There's so many paradises. Or paradise. I don't know how you say it.
True. True. And maybe you may have to roll the paradise.
There's so many. So
all right, but say you're in Kingston, Jamaica, and Chisholm Avenue. You may want to hit up like America real quick.
I don't know why about Chisholm Avenue. Is that a rough part of Jamaica?
So I've heard. So I've been, but I was a youngin' back then. I wasn't dressed like this on Chisholm Avenue. I don't know how great it would have been. Not even for the red, but for wearing Nike. If you have brands on your shirt, it's like, oh, well, that person has enough money to get brands.
Chisholm maybe not, right? May not be better than America. But there's places in Jamaica that...
Yo, shout to Trelawney real quick.
Yeah, man. Shout to Trelawney, whatever that means.
It's in Jamaica.
So I'm just saying, like, I just feel like the whole... I'll be thinking about this because, like, every time I go somewhere, I'm like, I don't know if I want to come back. Like, there's things here that are, like... I don't even know, actually, as I think about it. Like, that's my family. Like...
Oh, you mean... Oh, the kids.
Yeah, like other than that, like I'm trying to think. I was about to say like we got healthcare, but we don't have free healthcare. That's Canada. But it's like America is cool for what it is, but bro, when you travel out this place, you be like, oh, this.
You just want to escape. You want a nice little escapism. I think you need a nice little, instead of like taking the routes going to different countries, pick up a book or something. I don't know, a nice little escapism that way.
You calling me illiterate like that comment said?
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that comment. Yeah, that's yeah. So one, I'm not calling you illiterate. I'm saying a form of escapism that isn't as tropical and as ideal as going to Bahama Breeze and all that stuff. And I don't mean the restaurant. But yeah, we got a pretty horrendous / passive comment on the Proper Ebonics YouTube page.
I thought it was pretty bad from the beginning.
Yeah,
Producer Pat was like, you guys may think it's a compliment.
Frame that over.
The first sentence, he's like, they hate everything you guys say. It's like.
So yeah, so the way he framed it was like, all right, so I don't know how to take this, but I'll start reading it. So the dark-skinned one, we both looked at each other's skin like,
the dark-skinned one.
That's
the same complexion.
That's kind of a wild one right there. I don't remember exactly.
No, you got it queued up.
Yeah.
We're
gonna have it on the video maybe.
No, we'll read it. We'll just read it.
He's gonna have captions on like I'm dark skinned one and you're the one over there. That's it. What was the describer for the other one? It was like dark skinned and Dorothy. Oh
no, it was dark skinned and Kirk. Dark skinned one and Kirk.
That's terrible.
So here it is. Okay,
there's another name.
Here's the message on our YouTube. So please, if you guys watch this, please like, subscribe, comment, anything you want. All comments help our algorithm. So thank you, haters. It says, I don't understand why it's called proper Ebonics. With respect, which means there's not going to there's about to be some mad disrespect.
I know, right?
With
No
respect,
offense, yeah.
maybe it's the dark-skinned one. He comes across as a tad unintelligent and inarticulate, which is actually the definition of Ebonics. I watched it all because I was fascinated, thanks for the compliment, by the disparity between the two presenters. Kirk represents the evolution of the AA community.
I don't know what AA means. Like at first we thought it was Alcohol Anonymous, and then Producer Pat was like the African American community.
Oh, African American. I thought it meant alcohol.
That's
Anonymous.
what I thought at first too. I was like, yo, this dude's bugging.
Oh, I get it.
But at the same time, I don't get it. Like,
get
do
it.
I really represent the disparity of the African American
I
community?
get what he's. I understand his hate now.
Huh.
At first, I was like the Alcohol Anonymous community,
Yeah.
but African American. Oh, I get it. He looks as me because look, we're the same complexion. He looks as me because I do have a slight speech impediment.
Huh.
He looks at that as unintelligent.
Huh.
Because I understand. He sees me as I'm unintelligent. I automatically darker in his eyes.
Right.
So he's
That's
like,
probably true.
so he's like, oh, Kirk is one of the good ones because I can understand exactly every single thing that he says, and he may enunciate a little better.
Well,
It's not a compliment.
no, it's definitely not. It's a compliment in the sense that I had a speech impediment. I still do. It comes out here and there, but I had a speech therapist and all that stuff as a kid and all that. So if I'm being recognized for pronunciating, I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. But it doesn't have to come at expense of my buddy and all that stuff.
It's okay. I can take the hate as long as you feel the praise. I'm good. That doesn't bother me.
I can't say I'm feeling the praise too much. I can't say I'm feeling the praise. Also, this person, they may be a robot. Like just because they say Kirk doesn't mean they're not a robot.
And who says the AA community? That's not a thing that we talk about outside of alcohol. I never heard of African American. Yo, man, I love being an AA, bro. What's up, my AA? Like that's just wow,
my
man.
fellow AAs. Yeah, I thought American Airlines, and that was the first thing I thought of. And I was like, oh, Alcohol's Anonymous, probably. And then Producer Pat of all people. Producer Pat, he has a weird pulse on the culture. He's like, I don't know if you guys are gonna be upset at this, but here's this comment about dark skin.
Inarticulate AAs. Yeah, so
Pat's writing that down. He's like, oh, that's a good episode title.
Inarticulate AAs. Oh man,
that could have been like because we were thinking of some wild names for this podcast when we first came up, and some of them were very disrespectful. Inarticulate AAs could have been one of the options.
Oh, inarticulate AAs. I mean, listen, it is what it is. That's I don't care at all about comments. I was telling Pat earlier, like, cause I've been posting on the reels, putting stand up on Instagram reels and Facebook and everywhere, every single Twitter, everywhere. I've been putting them up. I'm letting it all go, right? But what comes with that is, my fear back before was what people think. I don't want people to say anything.
You were worried about what the AAs were going to say.
Right. I was worried about not putting a bad representation out there for the AA community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. I want to say it's a good example for my AAs. So I've been getting comments now on YouTube. YouTube comments are the worst.
Huh.
Are they worse than TikTok? TikTok comments, no. YouTube are the worst because they come from everywhere.
Huh.
I don't know what it is. But like, so my kids like going through my comments like, Dad, somebody said this. I'm like, don't worry about that. Like I told Pat earlier, I get my piece from the input, not the outcome. Like I don't care. Once I want to create, perform.
Huh.
I don't care about that. Somebody a year after I actually did the joke,
right?
Being like, oh, this material was lazy. It's like, bro, I just got wild views. It was working like hell in person. I don't care if you even said to me, "Oh, this is great." I still take it with a grain of salt. Like, okay, just I don't know, but I get way more peace creating it. So I don't care what anybody say. So keep leaving those comments.
No,
we appreciate that. You know,
should we start commenting on our own stuff?
People do that.
Yeah,
I see people on Instagram like
the little
comment. I ain't gonna lie, I used to do that shit. Because I got an Instagram page like from my
you bump the page by like commenting on it right afterwards, like post it then put a comment.
We so funny. A bunch of laughing emojis. It's so dumb. I used to do that, but I know people that I seen. I'm on a show on Thursday. The promoter put the show up. He commented like him and the co-host commented like 2 times each from different accounts.
Huh.
Get it rolling on the algorithms, you know. So
I gotta start doing that. I see a lot of people. There was one particular comic who I actually went to high school with. And like their thing was like they would get like a crazy amount of like likes on their Facebook posts, like they're just they're funny posts. But they would do a thing where like afterwards in the comment section they would just post a bunch of emojis where it was just like for no reason at all, and I guess it was a matter of like, oh, let me bump the posts, and maybe that was the reasoning as to why it was so popular. I mean, it was good writing as well, but
yeah, honestly, that's the thing. I don't think that the emojis matter. I don't think it matters. People put way too much thought into that.
yeah.
Even like hashtags, all that stuff. I genuinely believe that if the content is gold, it's gonna go.
Yeah, I gotta ask something real quick before I lose train of thought of this. What do you feel about this? And it's unrelated, so if you have a thought that's tangent to it, pin it for later, sort of thing. Pat, if you could edit this in. First, edit this in. Keep this in.
New year, no edits.
Yeah. No. Yeah, what do you think about the idea of, and we actually just had this where like you opened a message and then you didn't want the person to see that you saw it without actually acknowledging it. How do you feel when you say you message someone and they leave you on the scene or the red sort of thing? Do you take it as a personal insult, or do you think it's like, oh, maybe they were busy doing something or forgot? And I mean, in this mostly in pertaining to comedy.
I had this happen recently.
Same.
I had this happen recently where I messaged someone, we're cool, and they left me on red. I try not to think about it too much. Like, they're a very busy person. I honestly didn't ask like a solid question like I should have. I kind of left it open, kind of on purpose because I was nervous too. I didn't want to like straight up just ask like, "Yo, this, yes or no." I kind of want to be like, "Well, maybe."
And that would have been a wild way to ask. Like, "Yo, this, yes or no." They're like, "What was the question?"
Just answer.
I want answers and nothing else.
Right. But so in comedy, so the person that, like we said, which this just happened while you brought it up, I had someone message me in comedy. In comedy, I feel like I want to give back to people immediately in comedy. Like if it's business, I hate people that slow at business. So it's like when somebody leaves me on red, yeah, I do take it personally. I can't. I'm human.
Yeah.
Because I would respond.
Right, because it's like, all right, so say it the other way around. Someone messages you, maybe it's a comedy-related thing, maybe it's even like a compliment or whatever, or a criticism. They message you, and then what is your typical protocol? Like, is there any opportunities where you may leave people on red?
No.
Right.
I don't leave people on red. Like, I try to get back to people right away. Like, I don't like to, because I understand, like, it's business. Like, if somebody messaging me on comedy, it's usually business. People don't usually bother me with stuff. I feel like I have it set up where people don't really bother me. Like, oh, hey, Alan, just wanted to ask you a question. Like, I don't have that. Because I don't want it.
So would you prefer, like, I take the method of, like, if I'm not ready to respond to something, which sometimes be a bad thing, I just don't open it.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, because, like, all right,
I do that.
The whole idea of, like, well, then they see that you open it sort of thing. I think there's a little bit of a leeway of like, oh, maybe like a day or so, because like sometimes like people could take a while, vice versa and all that stuff. But I typically just like, I guess because I'm like that, or like, oh, if I open it, at least acknowledge in some form or fashion, since we have like the emojis and all that. But when it's completely left blank, it's like, all right,
yeah,
let's. I had that happen with a I would say like at this point like a good comedy acquaintance where I have like a pretty good rapport with, where I was left confused.
Yeah. So what'd you do? You just
I didn't follow up. I mean, I was considering it though. I was like, oh, I wonder if this
because like if y'all kind of close, you know, I'm like, yo, bro, you seen this?
It was like big enough the person sort of thing, like, yo, like the direction of where it's heading sort of thing.
Hope they didn't get big headed on you.
I doubt it. This particular person, I wouldn't think that. I would be more inclined to think that this person. And maybe this is me making excuses, but like that they genuinely like opened and forgot or something.
Yeah.
But that is something too. Like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they forgot.
Could be.
How long ago was this?
Like 4 days ago.
4 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, it's been holidays, all that stuff. No, for real.
It's dead week.
Pat messaged the other day, and I didn't even see it. That was 4 days ago.
Now, did you not open it, or do you leave it unseen?
I didn't even see it. I didn't see it.
So there's a difference. Because
what he asked for was perfect, but I didn't see it.
I was about to like double message for Pat's sake. I was like,
you should have. That was Thursday. That would have been. That would have worked perfectly. I left on Friday. Yeah, that'd been perfect.
Apologies, Producer Pat. Yeah,
Yeah, but nah, man. Don't leave me on red.
Yeah, man. That's I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it interpersonally outside of comedy as much. I'm not feeling it in comedy. Just not really the move for me. I want to tell you what else I wasn't necessarily feeling as much. I shouldn't preface it that way because I was feeling it. First off, what do you do on New Year's Eve? Like, how do you spend that?
New Year's. This is a very. It's personal. I'll get personal with y'all. I don't. My mom's birthday is New Year's Day.
Oh.
So every New Year's Eve, she turns a new year. Oh. So this year was the first year that I spent New Year's with my mom on her birthday and my kids at the same time. Because my mom live in Georgia.
Right.
So it's like, it just never have been with both of them at the same time. So this was the first New Year's I spent with them. She stayed with me for a couple days. You know what I mean? So like. Nice. So it was cool. Like it was great. That's
delightful.
The reason she was here isn't delightful, but she was here, so got to chop it up, talk to her, and you got to spend time with my mom. It's a lot of people can't, so I appreciate that. So that's just I really was just mad chill this weekend.
That's delightful. I expected a more comedic answer, but that is genuinely very delightful. That's heartwarming story.
Yeah, I know you love your mom, but man, where's the funny?
I get it, man. I took my mom to Longwood Gardens. It was dandy. Not on New Year's, but like I took her 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was beginning of December.
Took his mom to a floral garden. How hilarious! I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I understand. No, I don't really have a hilarious answer either. I was just like, I went to 2 different parties. Your boy's super social now.
Oh, so were you lit? Were you lit this weekend?
No, well, your boy was also the designated driver. So like, I was not wilding at 2 parties, but
only a few beers.
Yeah, that's like
only a few.
That's really was. So went to one spot. It was cool. I didn't know any of the people there. I was there with the dip. Shout out to the dip real quick. I was there with the dip.
This guy's wilding in 2023.
Bro, I can't. When I think about it, when was the last time I wasn't wilding? I feel like
shout to dip. Yo,
this guy's
always shouting somebody out.
Come on, man. It's like So went to that with like I knew literally like 2 people. They're all super cool, all super welcoming, and all that stuff. And then a few people from my job showed up that I didn't. I guess they knew the people as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh snap! All right, coworkers are in the building. So chopped it up with them. Did a variation of Flip Cup. It's a variation of Flip Cup where it's like set up in a square and has 4 players, and it's almost like a checkers board where you have to have like a glass shot, like a shot glass in the middle. Every time you flip a cup correctly, you get to move it in the direction of the person opposing you. So it's 4 people playing. It's just this madhouse game of it. It's crazy. I don't know the official name, but it was a very fun time. I was just drinking water though. That's the thing though. I had to like every time. Well, because it's like if you feel like it gets on you, you have to like do the drink thing. And I was like, all right, well, if I keep doing this, it's gonna get me kind of wild, and I have to drive to Eaglesville to the next party. Social Kirk.
Social Kirk.
There's responsibilities of Social Kirk.
Social. That's how you know. That's how you know you over there with the whites. They be playing games with they alcohol. They will play a game.
It was a mix. So it was black, white, and gay.
Oh.
Yeah. Like it was mainly the demographic was just gay. Not just, but like I think I may have been the only straight dude.
So I think the gays are drinking games kind of people too.
Yeah. I learned that.
No, the gay whites.
Gay whites and gay blacks. Interracial couple.
Oh, interracial.
I really was living in the future. I was in the future before the ball dropped. Like I was
he was living an episode of Modern Family. Okay.
Yeah. No, they were cool. They were super welcoming and all that stuff. But, when you go to a new place, you never really know how it is. And for me, Social Kirk is always pretty confident of like, all right, I'm gonna know how to navigate a situation.
Right.
But yeah, they were super welcoming and all that. But went to the next party. Not so dandy.
Really?
Not so dandy. I won't even get into too many details.
The straight whites, right?
Yes, but that's it was a situation where like a friend and also an extra friend was brought over and then got into a little altercation with the host.
A scuffle.
A non-physical one.
A kerfuffle.
It wasn't a kerfuffle. I think that's a chocolate. It was like they got in some verbal words with the host, and that was the first interaction upon us entering. So Social Kirk had to navigate that situation.
That is the worst when you're like you have to like because what somebody else did.
Yeah,
you are like on edge now.
That I brought. Oh, yeah, sort of thing. I was like,
that you brought. So you're all at fault.
I was like, well, yeah, a little bit. There's a little accountability in that way, but slight misunderstanding. But also just like that was the. I know you've ever been to like a situation like that. You go to a spot. It's like, all right, gonna go to a new spot. Get my social thing on. Get my social steps in.
That's a funny thing. A social steps.
Get some social steps. Get your social.
My 100 words today.
Yeah, I've interacted with 8 people. I could go sit down now.
Right.
You go get your social steps in, and you think it's gonna be like, oh, Danny, and it was in some ways, but like it starts off with like a rocky. Of like, oh man, all right, this is not what I expected, and it's a little energy that isn't necessarily the most favorable.
So I'm surprised you had a drink after that, right?
Yeah.
Like okay, you gotta have.
I had a little bizarre right there. Shout out to Hogarden's.
Hogarden.
4.9. Your boy was safe. I almost brought O'Doul's. I was like, I can't come in empty-handed. I was like, all right, I can't do O'Doul's, but let me come in something light and classy.
Yeah, that you can't do that. You can't show up with the non-alcoholic on New Year's. Nah.
Yeah, that's how you lose points in the social circle right there.
I mean, yeah, you can't start a fight. You can't bring a guy starts a fight and bring some fucking O'Doul's.
That's the thing too. It's a lady. So it was a lady with a dude host, lady friend, not dip. So that interaction sort of thing of like, because then it's like, oh well, it's like it's a little bit more of a different dynamic. I feel like when it's like, because then it's like I don't even know necessarily how to explain it, but I feel like it's a little bit of a different dynamic.
No, I can. Yeah, drunk women, man. Let's name it. Drunk women. I'm gonna just say it. It's 2023. New year, no edits. What are you shaking your head for? Drunk women are delightful people. See? Look at that.
I'm saying no to the no edits, but yeah.
You thought it was something crazy like drunk women just to drink a lot of water. See, you thought I was gonna do it again. New year,
that is
new me. Drink a lot of water.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that one there.
New year, new me. I heard that you had some interesting comedy shows before the new year happened. You had a situation at one of your shows.
Oh yeah. There was a situation, man. So like, you did the spot, the Mickey's Black Box Theater.
Yes.
So we did that this weekend out the box comedy. I think I may have come up with the name, and I keep forgetting it still.
Out of the box?
I probably. But like, there's flyers somewhere. There was like 200 of them. I handed out maybe 50. But we did that on Friday. Cool show. Audrey, Joey, Andrew Brooks, Dave James came through and all that stuff. Kyle Nizzi was in the building. Did that, and it was sold it out, which is cool. Cool spot. Before the show starts, we're supposed to start the show 7:45, and around like 7:30, we hear that ambulance is being called. So apparently, one of the audience members, they were coming down the steps and either fell or apparently had a stroke.
Whoa!
So they were like on the ground, and like I came over and I saw like they were conscious, but they couldn't really move, and it looked like a hip injury. It looked very much like that. Like what I imagine a hip injury would be. I ran a little bit yesterday. My hip is sore, so I kind of know the feeling.
It's the same thing as being 80 and falling. Yeah.
You gotta stretch. But like they had a serious fall though, and then they had to like I guess call the ambulance, and then it's one of those things where whenever there's a huge incident at a comedy show, and I don't know if you ever had this before, like does that alter the mood of the room? Does that alter the mood of the room? If everyone is like, oh, now we're more concerned about this individual that may have fell or had a serious incident, are we prepared now to laugh?
Yeah, it alters it. It drastically alters the mood in the moment for sure. It just takes good comedy to get it back. Sometimes, you got it back? Did you get it back?
Come on, man.
So yeah. Sometimes it's going to be a little weird to start with. You got to get it back. You got to address the elephant. I think you got to address. Did you address it?
Your boy was the only one that addressed it. No, shout out to like the comics. Everyone was solid and all that stuff.
No, don't do that. You can say you're the only one to address it.
I think it was, yeah.
We know they did good. We didn't say they did bad. We're just saying that you're the only one that addressed it.
Yeah, I did address it on there. Came in hot for this one. This was a wild one. We all have our moments where it's like, oh man, this is I'm ready. Like I'm ready to go up there, sort of thing. But it is wild. Like it's so funny. Last time that I was on that stage, sometime in March, I'm doing maybe like a 12-minute set. Midway through, I started getting chest pains, and I was like, "Oh, this is weird."
Yeah.
And your boy has a heart condition, so I was like,
Yeah.
I was going through the wire. I just kept doing the jokes. It wasn't like super painful, but it was like this is
not normal, not comfortable, and
it's not.
It's
like,
a thing.
Yeah, I was just like, this is strange that it's happening now, and then afterwards it was still happening a little bit. Then kind of went away, and I didn't know. That was one of the more random ones. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm up here and I'm stressed out. It was like, oh no, up here it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, I'm aware of this. This time around, I got like just a foot cramp while doing a bit. I was doing a bit more of a physical bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, is it really? I'm not gonna massage my foot out here right now, but it cramped up pretty heavy. I had to do a little massage afterwards.
You gotta drink your water.
I'm drinking my water and having bananas. I'm all about potassium.
So what did you say about the person falling?
What's that?
What did you say about the person falling?
Oh, no, I didn't acknowledge necessarily a person. I acknowledged ambulance coming through sort of thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So what did you say, like?
Of like, hope something along the lines of like, I hope they kept the ambulance here because they have like motorbikes on top of the thing. It's very Final Destination, and it makes no sense. It's inexplicable. Like they just have motorbikes above the audience. So something along those lines. I can't rewind the moment. Just the magic happened.
That's perfect. That is the crowd work, not crowd work, but like
crowd
that's
acknowledgement of the situation.
that I like. That's acknowledge. You gotta adjust the elephant in the room. I love that. You didn't. Wasn't like you had to force a thing. Like I know a thing happened. We all seen this. Let's joke about it and get back to why we're all here.
So do you remember, or have you ever heard of Robin Williams? He was once performing.
I've heard of him.
Have you heard of this guy? I guess that was kind of condescending. You ever heard of Robin Williams, the most known comic?
You ever heard of comedy?
Well, he did this thing where like he was performing and everyone was having a gay old time. They were laughing and all that stuff. Someone had like a heart attack from laughing. Then
Really?
He carried away. And apparently the show kept going. Like he kept making people laugh. Like he acknowledged it. I don't know if he did like a prayer or anything like that, but he kept going.
It's like the ultimate compliment.
In a way, right?
Except if somebody dies at your comedy show, like you the GOAT. Dies, laugh, like come on, bro.
Yeah.
I would quit. I'm like, I can't do any better than that.
That's you got to keep doing comedy, pay for the person's insurance and all that stuff, man. That's a lawsuit. Like, yo, this person made me laugh so hard that I had some sort of health event.
Maybe we should start having people sign things like when you get like surgery. You get surgery, you got to sign in a whatever it's called, so you can't sue or whatever.
Yeah, like a waiver.
We should get like comedy waivers because like you're about to kill you all these jokes, bro.
This sounds like the most black comedy room thing ever. Of like, oh yeah, we're gonna sign waivers because you're gonna be laughing too hard at this one.
You break your hip, you snap somebody out of place. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might be laughing, hit you like arms flailing.
I'm gonna start doing that at my shows. Like at shows that I'm not even headlining. I'm like, hey, yo, there's gonna be a 15-minute spot in between this show, and it's just gonna be maybe too funny. So if you could sign off, maybe you have to leave the room for the next 15 minutes. I'm gonna have the person doing the ghost mic say all this prior.
You gotta have the audience like getting like a hospital gown like they're getting surgery. Like you got signs waiver and change your clothes because it's going to get dirty.
Guys, for the next 8 to 10 minutes, oh my goodness.
And then Kirk just walks out all monotone.
For this next impression. It was a fun show though. It was a fun show though. Do you think it's the best way to go out as a comic? Say if you die on stage.
The best way?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
10 toes down.
I don't know. To go out on stage. I don't know, man. I don't want to go out on stage because it's always going to be about how I died on stage.
How's that not a bad look, though?
I want to be about how I lived on stage, Kirk. I want people to know how I lived up there, Kirk.
Okay.
I want people to see me full of life up there. I don't see like when you like bad. I don't know.
I'm obviously you can't really control so many of those circumstances, but if I go out like Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler,
that's what you would want.
If I'm like in the middle of like Jamaican Man, and it's like, oh, that's a wrap. It's like, I mean, obviously you don't want that to happen, but it wouldn't. In terms of comedic accolades, that's a unique one.
I don't know. It's like Malcolm X. Like he got like assassinated doing what we know, but like I don't think anybody's ever like, well, he did it. Turned out how he would have wanted to. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, die doing what he loves, sort of thing.
It's like, no, he probably rather just be like chilling at home with his family by his loved ones, surrounded by his loved ones, not like people like drunk and like recording you.
Yeah, I get. Well, that makes it kind of you're right. That makes it demoralizing a little bit when it's like them recording. I feel like that's kind of wild. People need to stop doing that. I know we're recording ourselves talking into the abyss right now. People need to stop recording other people. It's messed up.
You record yourselves, don't record other people. How do you feel about other people like recording you?
Bro, at the show you were at a Wednesday, so like at Fergie's, there's that dude just recording the whole show.
True.
I almost said something to him. I said something to Shane. I was like, "Yo, this dude's recording the whole show,"
True.
Sort of thing. And then I didn't switch up my stuff too much. I did take one bit out. There was one bit that I took out because I was like, "Yo, no." So not that the rest of stuff's like super spicy or anything like that, but it was like, but I was very aware of like even while I was performing, that was an instance where I should have acknowledged it. That was one where I should have like, because it was on my mind while performing. Yeah. That was one where like, if I was firing off all cylinders, I should have like give that a heads up. Like this dude over here doing a bootleg of Fergie's off the leash.
Yeah, that's weird. I should have stood in front of him like I said I was going to do, just stand in front of the camera. Yeah, but this is the thing that he probably was recording for his live for like 2 people that were watching. That's
the thing. He was trying to be discreet only when I noticed, like, because I was standing next to him for a little bit, and I looked over, and he's like, and I went over, and he like brought it back up. I was like, all right, what are you? And I was like, maybe he's a comic, maybe he's like with Shane. And then I realized, like, no, I think it's just a dude. I think it's a dude that just sees the show.
What do you get out of it? Like, what is he doing with that? Is he like building his own set? He's like, I'm gonna take these jokes from these comedians.
Oh, that'd be wild. This dude takes my jokes. That'd be nuts.
He's imagine a guy with like a blended set from like those 10 people he's seen that night.
You're gonna see Uganda's Got Talent, and this dude's gonna be up there. Talent.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, he's gonna be telling my hits up there. Yeah, so that in terms of recording comedy, I'm not crazy about. And usually I'll acknowledge it. I have before. This time I didn't. Off comedy, just in the streets, I'm not crazy about people recording me either.
Yeah.
Like, not say like, I'm not the type of person that really like gets in situations as much, despite what you may see. I don't really get in situations that much like that, but like it's one of those things where people have private situations. Like, say you see a couple arguing on the street, sort of thing. To have that be your first instinct, like, let me record this because there's possible content, it's kind of wild. What's up, Leo?
That's like one of my favorite things to record.
What do you mean? Why? What do you mean by this?
For 2 reasons. I don't want him to do anything.
Okay.
Like, so like if I'm like I was like it's crazy because I was Black Friday. It was on Black Friday. I remember it. There's this guy. Like me and my sister walked up the street and this guy was like yelling at this lady, and I couldn't tell if she was his girlfriend or like his older daughter.
Oh.
But he was just like laying into her. So I made sure I just stood there. I was like this.
Right.
Like just to make sure like
fatherly instincts kicked in.
Yeah, right, you're right. Because like you're not going. I don't care if it's your daughter. You're not going to like hit on her right now. Like,
yeah,
bro, no.
Then you pulled out the camera and your Best Buy instincts kicked in.
So like, yeah, I had neighbors that used to fight, and you know I would have like record like just to make sure everything cool. Like it was one of my biggest fears because they were both white. One of my biggest fears were that he would do something to her. Oh. They come looking for this girl that they think is dead, and I come walking out the house.
Yeah,
that was one of my biggest fears. Like, I want proof that if anything happens. I mean, listen. Also, I didn't just like leave her to die. I've called the cops on this guy before.
Yeah,
this is the only time in my life I ever called the cops on this guy beating up his girl.
That's a good opportunity to get to call the cops on a white guy.
Right, because I was like, but maybe it's kind of selfish of me too. Like, I need the record to show this guy has been beating her. I don't want people to see me coming out the house and we enter the same door.
Yeah, no, documentation is important. That is good.
So what I'm saying is like, so yeah, like those one of the instances that I will record is some couples arguing. That's one of the only times, you know what I mean? But like, yeah.
So strictly for safety measures, not out of any sort of entertainment.
Never. I won't ever post it.
Oh, okay, that's different. Yeah, that really is different. That's like, I've done that to an extent. I remember there was someone being pulled over outside of my apartment, and it was like a black teen, and I was like, I don't think I recorded, but I just watched. Of like, just in case.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like, just in case sort of thing. I think that's fine. I think that's fine for the sake of like safety for yourself, other people. But when I'm seeing like videos online of like no context, it's just recording people arguing, it's like I don't get that instinct as much. I recognize I always come off as the self-righteous one, as our commenter may mention and all that stuff. I get self-conscious about sounding self-righteous.
Just self-righteous AA over here.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like I impose my these ideas and morals too much sometimes.
What do you do if you're just walking down the street, or you're in a supermarket, you're at the library, wherever you go, and you see somebody just recording you? What do you do? Like,
they're just recording me.
Like, what would you do? You like?
I would just if they were following me, that'd be different. But if they were just recording and I'm in the shot, I would just kind of just get out of the shot. If they were following me, then I'd be like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on?"
Yo, Kirk, you just look so serious. Just
yeah,
now.
like what's going on, boy? Like, yeah, no, like I think that would be the right thing. Like they're just recording you and following you around. That'd be weird as hell.
Like you can't do that thing. Take a picture, it'll last longer. Like no, but a video lasts forever too. Now I'd probably be like, yo, what are you like? What are you doing? Are you recording me? Are you recording me, bro?
So say I'm the person recording you and this happens. You're like, hey, are you recording me? I'm like, yeah.
Why?
It's a free country.
This is where my therapy needs to kick in, and I'll think about, like it's a free country. Yeah, I just would appreciate it if you don't record me.
I'd appreciate if you stopped talking to me,
sir. I have a short temper that I've been going to therapy for. If you say anything else, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Hey, that's illegal.
Boop, 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 boop,
Oh, man. Dang. That's why you can't be recording people, man. It leads to these situations.
Honestly, no, for a rap. Like you can't. You don't know who's who. So people are crazy out here. People have weapons on them. People could do stuff to you, man. You can't just be recording people out here. Nah, man.
Yeah, it's a wild thing. It's a wild move, and I feel like there's more people doing it that. Yeah, actually, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. I feel like again, Moral Kirk. Play the music for Moral Kirk. Sometimes it feels very much like that's like the majority, but in actuality, perhaps it's the minority. We're just seeing more evidence.
I don't think so.
You think it's? What do you mean?
I think it's not the majority. You mean like the majority of people recording stuff?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, so sometimes it may feel like, oh man, everyone's recording because we're seeing so much on Instagram and all that stuff. Yeah, but really, it's a small percentage, and we're just seeing a lot of it.
It's a small percentage of cloud chasers.
Yeah,
everybody's recording. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not recording to ever post. I'm never like, oh, I'm gonna get likes and views. I've seen people record stuff in public and put their name on the thing, like a watermark.
Yeah.
I seen people like the whole Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez case. They were like, I seen this was so wild to me. They released the actual evidence, video and footage of like the crime scene and stuff. And like these bloggers like put their watermark on. I'm like, why are you watermarking police evidence? Like what? Everybody's trying to get.
That's like a paparazzi thing. If you're a paparazzi, I not say I understand it, but I get it because it's like, oh, you're paparazzi sort of thing.
It's a clout thing.
Yeah.
Why are you putting your name? You think that you put your name on this Megan Thee Stallion X-ray of her foot with a bullet in it? You think you about to gain some followers from that? That's why you put your name on that. You don't want someone else to take it because they're also looking for clout. It's all it's about. Everybody's trying to get the clout. If it was illegal to post stuff of other people online, no one would do any of it. No one would record anything.
Yeah, 2023. Do you think that could be a move? What if we legalize it for a month? Of like, we put like regulations on clout chasing. Like seriously, like if you record someone arguing in the street and you put it online, you get $1,000 fee.
So you get fined every time you finding clout chasers.
Yeah,
I'm with that.
Yeah, should give it a shot for and it will help the kind of system back because they'll kind of go back into the system, build these bridges in schools.
Every time you hate on somebody online that didn't have it coming to them, you're chasing clout. Yeah, you should have to pay some kind of fine.
Yeah.
This should be like a tax. It should be a clout tax.
Clout tax.
So like everybody should. You probably have to pay into the clout tax because like it's just natural for everybody wants some attention. It's like, oh, you want some to get that amount of attention. You got to have a job, or we take 14 cents. Off of every hour.
In order for you to have an Instagram page or a TikTok, in order for you to even have one, you have to pay a clout tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We all online for some reason.
We say this humorously, but this may be a thing. There's enough people that do it and enough people that like go along with it where this could actually be like a viable thing.
Yo, we should this should be archived. Put this up in the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
and play this in 100 years. And they gonna be like, yo, proper Ebonics, the dark one in the AA. They were on to something. They were on to something.
Yeah, man. Real quick, man, we haven't done one of these in a minute, and by a minute I mean approximately 3 years. We're gonna do one of our first live prop suggestions. My prop suggestion, beyond this outfit, my prop suggestion for this one, this is for the moviegoers, for those that like Knives Out, which came out around the time that we stopped recording live episodes. I remember I saw it January 3rd of 2020. That's a very good day. I was also set to get married that day, so I remember the day play by play.
Is it a very good day then?
Well, in terms of what I did for substituting and caring for myself, yeah, it was a good day in that sense. Yeah, it was a notable day, in history for Kirk. But it's pretty much a continuation of the Knives Out series with Glass Onion. That it's been made by Netflix. They released it for like a week in theaters through AMC's and Regals, but now it's out on Netflix. And if you like a good mystery comedy and the name of Agatha Christie and such, you will enjoy this. And you don't have to see the first one. You can just watch this one and enjoy it.
I've seen the name Glass Onion on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's how I know that it's causing some reaction, so it has to be some kind of good to it.
Yeah, I think Pat was clout chasing. I think Pat was like clout chasing. I think he was talking crazy about Glass Onion.
What'd you say about the Glass Onion? It says not good?
Not good.
Oh,
clout
man.
chase over here.
It's a clout chase?
Clout chase.
It's $1.
It's $1. Wait, did you even see it? Yeah. Oh, okay. You really didn't like it? Hated it? Oh, well, luckily this isn't your prop suggestion. That's wild. The one with the microphone has the power and the better suggestions. So if you're looking for a good time with the family or just yourself, the Glass Onion.
It's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
Yes, that's Kirk. I mean, Pat owes $1 to the clout hater fee.
Yeah.
My suggestion, something I talked about at the beginning of the podcast. I feel like, all right, no, that one's gonna be corny. It's all lovey and dovey. I was gonna say,
hang out with your mom.
This was something that me and my mom talked about, right?
Yeah.
She was asking me like what I want next in comedy. You know, what I'm trying to get in, and everything I was saying to her, what I want and what I don't have yet. I know this is all my fault, right? Because I'm not shooting the shots that I be saying I be shooting. Well, like I'm a shooter. Like I shoot. I mean, I message people out through this, but I still hold back some. So my suggestion, something I'm going to do in the new year, is I'm shooting. I do not care what anyone thinks, and I think that I don't reach out to people, or I don't go to somewhere. I don't, just out of fear of whatever. What people think. I don't want to be, I don't want to be the annoying comedian trying to get us on a show or get a spot.
We know that feeling.
But I gotta shoot, bro. Like, if I don't shoot, it's a no. If I do shoot, it could be a no or a yes. So
2023, man, they gotta start wearing their bulletproof vests.
Yeah,
I'm out here.
So look, y'all know this. Everybody knows this. We all know this shit. Like fear holds us all back. But like, that's why I'm suggesting it, because I've really, like, I'm telling you, like I've already, this last week, I've already shifted how I've been moving and doing things already. Shifting it. I'm shooting. I'm not holding back. I suggest that for everyone this year. Let that thing go.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. These are all shoot metaphors. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? Let that thing go. Let it ring. Rah, bah, bah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It sound like Griselda lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God,
oh, man. Heard that in the headphones. That was a wild one. Yeah, man, you got to shoot around and all that stuff. Sometimes you got to, even if you're in a dark room, you got to shoot around.
Is that sexual?
No.
I wasn't sure.
No, it's actually a reference, a line that I may have taken from Glass Onion last night. But in reference this, so sometimes you just got to shoot around. You don't know what you're going to hit, sort of thing. Which sometimes it could be a scary seed where you may afterwards feel like, oh man, I was the annoying comic and I was left on scene and I'm not going to be able to be performing at the White Swan. Or maybe you'll hit the very pretty duckling and you'll be able to perform at the Empire State Building.
Ooh.
These are weird examples, but yeah, it's you got to keep shooting.
Has there been a comedy show at the Empire State Building before?
You could be the first.
We could be the first. Proper Ebonics live. Empire State Building.
This November. I'm giving us some leeway. This is going to take some organizing time. This is a year endeavor if we're going to.
We could probably just dead ass just pop up with a speaker and like do a quick. Hey guys, I forgot to before they kick us out.
The bottom up there, yeah. In order to get up there, sort of thing.
No, we could probably like a little speaker in a book bag and some mics. Get up there before they kick us out for like 5 minutes, and we could probably get one off.
We could get one in. Oh, by the way, when I told you we saw each other on Wednesday, I was recording my set and I didn't turn the recorder off, and it was like for like our whole walk back to the car.
Yeah.
We have an episode of Proper Ebonics just in the books. We have a whole episode, and it's a wild one.
We were talking about some wild stuff. That was like an hour actually.
It was like
we after we left the spot, we stood outside for a minute.
I listened to the set, and then afterwards, I like fast forward to curiosity. I was like, "We're talking a lump." I was like, "Oh yeah, this perfect audio." So like, I didn't listen to the whole thing of you and I, but like, I'm sure it's like fine. So if we ever wanted to,
Lumpy's a guest. He don't even know it.
I know, right? We had the most packed episode of Proper Ebonics.
We had Jake on there. Jake performed after you, Jake Matera.
Yeah, Jake Matera. Me talking to Jake afterwards, like, "Yo, Jake, you get that at J. Crew?"
That is hilarious.
Yeah, no, we had a pretty heavy episode of Proper Ebonics. We're gonna watermark it. So.
I would like to hear that. That's probably funny.
Yeah, no, I didn't listen to the whole thing because I didn't have time. But like, it was interesting hearing just a conversation of like talking a lump, and then we're like, you and I are heading out. I see one of the comics. What was it? Danya, I believe her name was. I say, "Oh, hey." Like good stuff, and then like her team was like, "Oh, we love the glasses bit," and I was just listening to my praise for like it was like a minute of them being like, "Oh,
rewind."
It was so performative. It was, one of them talked about the podcast because we were talking about proper. Well, we were talking. I was like, he was like, "Do you do a podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, that's the co-host right there." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I could tell from your stand-up that you do a podcast." Which I was like, I don't know what to make of that. And he was like, "Yeah." It's like I was like, "Do you mean because it's conversational?" He's like, "Yeah," which I'm like. That could be. I think he meant it in a good way, but sure.
That now, Pat. That's a compliment. You're not sure if it's a compliment or not. That's what it is. Like, is that a good thing or a bad? Yeah. He didn't call you darky, so it's good.
Yeah, no, that was a wild one.
Yeah, no, man, you did a good job that night, bro. The glasses bit. The people listening, y'all see Kirk and he do his glasses bit. You're gonna love it. It's really good. It's really good.
Maybe that's one of the goals. I'm trying to get some new sets in and new bits in and all that stuff. So. Working some new stuff out, and Glasses one is one where I feel pretty good about. So we'll see.
You know what's forcing me to write?
What
is all the content I'm putting out? I've been putting out a reel. I've been putting a stand-up reel every single day, and for like the past 8 days, every single day. Here, take it. I don't even want it. Old material, take it. I told you before, like I've been saying this a year at least. I want to do a comedy special. I want to put something on YouTube that's like 10 to 15.
Dog, you don't sound like that.
That's how I feel like I sound when I'm talking like that. And I didn't put it out yet. You know what I mean?
You sound like an AA Muppet.
I just want to take this jaw, put it on YouTube. No, but, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like, you feel me though, Wody? Like, I don't know. This is my African American Muppet. But, yeah, I'm
you went through a traumatic experience this year.
What?
We didn't go talk about wrap-ups of the year, but you had a traumatic one where someone did your bit on live national television and all that. So, yeah, I get it. You got that fuel in you.
You don't understand.
I don't.
You don't understand how that it helped me so much. It helped me so much. I've been leaning on that joke, and I've been saying to myself, like, yo, the closer I had, the callback, it was amazing. I'll be going through my clips now and looking at it. I'm like, yo, I murdered that. I murdered that.
Yeah.
But what it did was it was a crutch. I knew that no matter what, I can end with this 3-minute thing. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I would lean on it, and I wouldn't like write my other jokes to be closers. I wouldn't like, you know what I mean? There's good jokes that you can do. They're good, funny. But like for it to be a closer, it gotta be like, you know what I mean?
No.
That's why I like that.
That was a weird sense of relief that I did not equate to laughter. That's how you just emptied your bladder.
I'm getting old. I like to hear like the audience just shit themselves, okay? That's
yeah, you better sign that waiver. That's wild.
But like, you know, I just like the rawest. That's what I mean. Like just the rawest laugh of like the final like, oh man, we loved this set. That was like
You want it to be like T.I. just hit the stage.
like T.I. hit the stage.
Yeah, you want it to be like that, where it's like because
like rap T.I., right?
No, I'm talking comedy T.I.
No, don't compare nothing I do to comedy T.I.
Bro, don't be disrespectful,
What you mean,
bro.
I don't compare my comedy to nothing anybody's been doing comedy less than a year has been doing.
T.I.,
I don't care who it is.
T.I. just rocked out for a crowd of 4,000 people.
Great.
Yeah.
Good for T.I.
Yeah.
Don't compare nothing I'm doing to any comedian that's been in the game less than a year.
I'm trying to get that T.I. effect. I'll say it for myself.
You can get it.
I'm trying to get the T.I. effect.
I'm not hating on T.I.
I would
would
them
even
to cheer for me when I go on stage. I want that to be the big part.
You want them to be let down? What you saying? Like,
Pat, if you could edit that out. We're on video, dog.
New Year, no, but like, no, dog. Like, let it all out. Like that moment though forced me when I seen my joke on TV. That forced me to. I went into like this. I'm not gonna say depression, but like I went to like this space where it's kind of like I'm unconfident because I was like I'm not doing a joke. I can't do the joke because I don't want anyone to think that I stole it. And I've been trying to work on other things than before, and I was like, this is a sign. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. But it was like, I'm not even lying to you, bro. It was like I'm good now. But like it was like a month where like my closers, like I wasn't ending how I wanted to end, so I wasn't feeling the good how I want to feel good. Like I was doing cool. I wasn't bombing nothing. But it wasn't like boom. I wasn't ending. I would just be like, all right, good night. Like it wasn't like how I wanted it to be.
You were like, why'd the pigeon walk into a bar? That's what you were closing on.
No, I would never, ever. Do with the walking. You got a white guy, an Asian, and a black guy on a stool, upside down. I would never do none of those jokes. But
upside down. Now I'm curious. Yeah, you know, this is what I would say, and I hope this aligns with your train of thought. Maybe this is what people in the comedy world got to look at it as. See your comedy sets, regardless of where your performance or thing. Almost see it as if you're performing them at your regular open mic. You know, you go to your regular open mic, everyone knows your stuff. Mm-hmm. Everyone already knows it. They know the big closer. They know the medium stuff. Almost go into rooms almost like that of like, oh, they're gonna know some of this, so it kind of fuels you to come up with these different things.
No, I don't understand.
What do you mean you don't understand? That was
a
hot analogy.
You want me to act like an audience is an open mic audience and not give it my all?
Yeah, I guess when you put it that way. Yeah. No, don't do that.
You want me to go up there and working on a whole bunch of bits?
Yeah, that was unprofessional advice.
We wear sweatpants? Like, what are you talking about? That's how I treat mics.
I thought I was on something hot right there.
That's why I was so confused.
I felt pretty good about going in. Midway through, I felt a little turbulence, and I was like, "Wait, am I correct in this train of thought?" But glad to keep me in check. Appreciate that.
I think what I needed to do. I needed a reason to not tell that joke anymore to force me to write. I've been on this tear though, where I feel like every day I'm either coming up with a new premise or I'm coming up with very valuable pieces to premises that I already have, and I'm watching my set grow. And that's what I was saying about the I'm in love with the input, not the outcome. I think this is the first time ever in my comedy career where I'm dead ass like I love this part. Like that's why popped up on you at the mic, went to mic with Pat. I came to the show with you, trying to possibly go like I feel like I was falling in love with crushing.
Right.
I was falling in love with like performing and crazy, and when my favorite best joke, I couldn't use it anymore. I was like, all right, let me reel it back in. Let me see what I had to like reevaluate. Like I never like thought about quitting comedy, but I had to like think like, all right, I ain't crushing and getting that no more. Like I ain't get into comedy for that because I ain't never had that. I didn't know that existed for me. Yeah. I never felt it. But like I was like, I did get into it because I know that I like to make people laugh from with my original thoughts. So let me just get in it. So once that happened, I feel like I'm at a good space. Like I'm churning out material, and that's why I'm comfortable putting reels of stand-up clips online now. Like, because I got more.
You got the confidence back.
Yeah, right. Got my swagger back.
Swagger back. Oh my goodness. That's that's a wild one, man. I will say my back is hurting. I was trying to find like a delicate way to be like we should wrap it up, but I'll just say it. My back hurts.
That's the best. That's the best way.
That's I've been trying to stretch it out. I'm sure you've been able to hear the cracks through here, but yeah, my back is aching. Your boy needs to stand and stretch.
Your boy needs a massage.
Oh yeah.
Hey Dips, if you listen to this, hit up Kirk. He needs a massage, man.
Dip, you already know what's happening. Thank you for the massage yesterday. I appreciate that.
Oh, spicy. You a hot tamale.
It's not even that spicy. It's togetherness.
Togetherness. Oh, he got game now. Watch out, Dips. He has game now.
No, we went for a run and my body hurt.
See how he reeled it back?
No, that really was the thing. We went for a run and my hip hurts, my knee hurts, and it was more of a medical necessity. So yeah.
Try CBD. I hear CBD solves. You know, people like rub CBD on it.
That actually may be a thing.
No,
yeah.
you should try that.
I'll consider it.
No, seriously, I should probably get you some from my girl's store.
Well, people, you've tuned in, you've endured the journey, and now you're at the end. Will it be the end forever? Probably not. Will we be back in the building? Probably.
Probably.
Yeah. Will we do more Zoom episodes? Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zoom. But sometimes we got to break you off with a live one, even if it's every 3 years. So thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. Shout out to the Clique. And take your vitamins.
Yes, take your vitamins so your hip won't hurt. Peace.